And I am muted. I hope everyone is having a beautiful evening. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to my so called life. How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle, and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
I just want to say, Touch and Sews are some of the greatest sewing machines ever invented. How's everyone doing? Welcome to my so-called life. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is doing well. Hello. Before I go off about Touch and Sews, I want to welcome Mona, Soteri, everyone from Donnell's channel. I am so grateful that you are here, and thank you for subscribing. Donnell, thank you for having me on your channel today. I had a great time. Welcome, Joyce Hernandez. Welcome to the House of Sewing. Yay, hello. I own probably 40 or 50, probably 60 or 70 Touch and Sews. And I have no idea why, but one summer I went to Ventura, California almost every weekend, and every time I went there, there was a Touch and Sew. So I owned quite a few, and they were selling them for pennies on the dollar. Hello. Yay. Hello, everybody. I have a feeling I'm going to laugh. Yay. I heard someone call them that, not my opinion. No, it's okay. They are very famous because they are extremely frustrating machines. Touch and Sews are self-winding bobbin was extremely overambitious. Singer goes out of their way to be above and beyond the competition. At least they did back then. And the self-winding bobbin was revolutionary at the time. 40 years later, it's frustrating. Yay! Hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. But before we get to any of the festivities, I would just like to say I come with a disclaimer. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. And I hope everybody has a great evening. Sorry, it's been a long day. Could you imagine? I walked into an MMA gym with a bunch of people working out, and I walked in there with my Little Mermaid shirt. And you know what? No one said a word to me. So this evening, I'm going to it's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually used my friend Simplicity Pattern S9 158. For a long time, I would use this pattern over and over and over. I haven't made this shirt in a very long time. I have a really funky zebra print that I'm going to use. It was so awesome having you on my channel tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Seriously, thank you. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I had a great time. And that's what, to me, that's what sewing is about. It's about having a good time, sitting around and having a sewing circle. I sew with quite a few people, and I sit in the room, and I know this is a shocker, but I sit in the room and I don't say a word because they're telling everyone's business. And I'm sitting there like just sewing, like, oh, I didn't know that about this person. Oh. I have my trusty Rubbermaid cutting table. I own quite a few of these tables, and they actually come in handy. I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting on one, but I own a good amount of these. Oh, I forgot. Where's my zebra print? So it's no secret that I live in a fabric store, and I'm trying to I'm always trying to remember where that was in my front room with I'm always trying to remember where the fabric comes from. And I purchase a lot of fabric in outdoor markets and all kinds of places. I purchased this from Joann's. And I forgot that I had this material. It's been floating around my sewing room, and I'm choosing to do something about it this evening. For 2 or 3 months, I've been giving myself a hard time because I need to shop my stash. Hey, Nightmare Baby, how's it going? Hello, hello. Oh, Lord, he's going wild on us now. I don't know if part of me wants to make a giant hood, but I don't know if I have enough material, so I might go sleeveless. We're gonna see how this one comes out this evening, but I might go fully sleeveless on this one. I don't know. Is that a red eye I see behind you? I own quite that let's see, this sewing machine, that's from 1911. The white rotary, I believe, is from 1914. The star sewing machine behind it is from it has a plaque on it that says made in occupied Japan, so it's from 1945 on. And that singer, I don't know if it's a red eye or not. I wish Alibaba was here. Hello, Hello, welcome to the House of Sewing. Great to see you, hello. Yay, hello. I have quite a few sewing machines in this room. Wow. I'm kind of shocked at the amount of subs I have right now. Donnell, your channel is awesome, and Mona, I was looking forward to checking out yours as well. Mona is an amazing channel, and Donnell is absolute fun. It's the first time I catch you live. Thank you. You're very welcome here. Very welcome. Eventually, I'm going to start sewing. I promise. This is a sewing channel. I see it. Oh, okay. So that one does not have the Sphinx decals on it. I actually do own one, and I'm not kidding you. I lost it somewhere. I think it's in my storage unit. I have a storage unit the size of this garage, and it's so filled that when I open it, I have to tap the door to make sure there's nothing against the door. Hey, Alibaba, great to see you. We put the Alibaba signal up in the sky, and Alibaba's here. Yay, hello. Okay, mine was a comedy channel. I'd like to have fun. You have to have fun while you're sewing. You know, life's too short to be repressed while sewing. Patent pending. That's a t-shirt. Oh. All right, we are going to find out. You know, part of me really wants to make a hood, so I might go sleeveless on this one. Yay! Hello. We're trying to identify the sewing machines behind me, Alibaba. And you showed up right on time. Thank you so much. Nightmare Baby. Yay! And hello. William needs to know. And a sewing machine. I haven't. I don't think I have a red eye. I don't think I do. I probably do. But the one with the Sphinx, it's hidden somewhere in my storage unit. And it's going to be such a glorious day when I free that thing. I have this fantasy of putting everything in my storage unit and everything in here in the same room at the same time, but I need about 40,000 square feet. Give or take. Hello. Yay. If you're not, then stop. I'm not. I know exactly what you're saying. Hello, Candace. Hello. Great to see you. Welcome. Yay. Hello. Let me switch my angles so we can I knocked my camera over, so this is going to be really interesting to see where it's pointing, and that one is pointing in the wrong direction. Perfect. So my camera didn't get knocked too far off. Let me move my camera a little bit. A lot of the ways that I identify my my machines, of course, is with IMAX or ISMAX, and I Google everything. Singer sewing machines are easy to find because there's records everywhere. When it comes to white rotary and certain sewing machines, it's a little bit harder to find. But there are just nothing but enthusiasts out there. So there's a whole network of people like Alibaba who help identify sewing machines. I was like, why does he have a camera facing his power cord? Well, I still have not figured out my sewing action cam. It's just a camera floating around. It has to be plugged directly into my computer. And so it's kind of useless. At first, I didn't think the camera worked, but it's just one of those really sensitive things. And the funny thing is, this camera is an extremely cheap old camera. I've never had a problem with it, not one time. My eyes are bad today. Hours of coming over the Smithsonian trades. No worries, Alibaba. No worries. I know the white sewing machine expert. I have quite a few white sewing machines in here that I want. I want to be appraised, so to speak. Though there's a sewing machine that I have in here that somebody attempted to redo the machine, and they didn't necessarily destroy it, but their idea of restoration was not necessarily the best thing. Her name is Kaylee Farmer, and can be sometimes asked on Max Digest. She had a stroke, so she struggles. I completely understand. Why do you all know about sewing machines? Singer 221. What do you all know about a Singer sewing machine 221 and dial sew? My sister is cleaning out her house, and she bought that. What? Oh, she thought that was my grandmother's. Lots want the 221. So apparently it's a sought after machine. You never know with those machines. My father had a 404 or something in that range. That machine disappeared. Over the years, every time I see one, I grab it, and it's amazing how much the price changes over the years. I think also, though, with the pandemic, supply and demand went up because everybody was at home sewing. 221's a featherweight. I have a gaggle of them. I was talking about earlier, that was like my first real dip into dealing with sewing machines. Was I bought a few, and I was like, what are these sewing machines? And I Googled them, and they were like, welcome to being addicted to collecting sewing machines. You have a holy grail sewing machine that everybody wants. But it was different. It was a different time, pre-COVID. And I truly believe that I sold my featherweights to somebody that was in a movie house or dealt with Hollywood or something, because I threw out an outrageous price and they were like, okay, I'll take 2 of them. And most people are not like that in any way, shape, or form. Candace, the 221 is a featherweight. Yeah, the 221 has the case in little green box with all the feet. That was what. Wow, that one was my great mother. She was born in 1911 and lived to 1996. That is amazing. My grandmother was born in 1919 and she died in 2017. She lived to be 99 years old. It's so funny. That generation, they just don't make them like that anymore. And to anyone who's new to my channel, if you hear crickets, my house is completely infested with crickets. And at this point, there's nothing I can do, so we coexist with each other. At least I attempt to. But the weather's changing, so the crickets are out in full force. Perfect. Beautiful. My grandmother was she was an amazing person, and I love saying this, at 99 years old she died with all of her teeth. Spoiler, I won't. She brushed her teeth like 4 times a day. Perfect. I'm sorry, my old computers can't keep up sometimes. Now it's black. Now it's black with a black case. I purchased a white rotary that was in this table, and Alibaba can completely confirm it was a fake table. They built the table around the sewing machine. It was well done. Somebody obviously knew what they were doing, but yay, hello, great to see you, Katie. Just got home from dinner. Ooh, went for Greek food. So full. There's a Euro place in Baker, California that whenever I can, I stop by on my way to Vegas. Now I'm craving Greek food. Please, crickets, I have the volume pumped up here to drown them out sometimes. And often they get inside. They're like ringing in my ears. Oh, my house is infested with crickets. There is like nothing I can do. Oh, Gaia, the accessory box is green. Awesome. Yay, hello. Great to see you, Katie. Welcome. I haven't had a Euro in ages. Ever since in the past 4 years, ever since the pandemic, I have been scared to leave my house. And this year was the first year that I have ventured out into the world, and I've gone on quite a few Vegas trips. So I am in love with Greek food again. Cricket in the house is a sign of a happy home. I like that. Thank you. Oh, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. Yes, green accessories box. That's awesome. Yay. Hello. Awesome. A lot of people come and go in my neighborhood. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but whenever someone new moves in, you can always tell because they move in, they're here for a week, and then the exterminator shows up. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I try to have a peaceful home. I attempt to. I have a teenager. You know what the funny thing is? He sings very loudly, and I think that's a good thing. Maybe he has singing in his future. I don't know. But it makes me laugh. And he listens to the music that I listen to or things that I've introduced him to. So it makes me laugh when I hear him singing certain songs. Maybe they're happy when they're in here, but I'm not. Absolutely. I don't understand why they come in and when they have cricket paradise outside. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Crickets drive me insane. But I've been dealing with them for I came back 16 years ago. Oh, how old is my child? 15. I came back 16 years ago, and I've been dealing with the crickets since. So I'm in a weird piece with the crickets. All right. You know what? I might go sleeveless with this because after talking about making giant hoods, I think I should make a giant hood. But we'll see if I have enough material. I think I will. Perfect. I don't understand what. just prepare chocolate covered crickets. Do you know what's really funny? I actually know someone. I have a friend who's from Hamburg, Germany. I've known this person since I was 19, and he brings me whenever he comes to California. He brings me all that weird stuff from Germany. Basically, he just wants to see if I'll eat it or not. And chocolate covered crickets are one of them. Spoiler, I don't think I've ever, I don't know, not a fan. I'm excited to be getting them only because they belong to my family. I doubt I'll sew on them, but now I have 3 generations of my family sewing machines. One day, maybe my daughter will get them. That is so important. There's at least 3 sewing machines that I wish that I'd kept in my life. And I'm just angry they're not around anymore. Cricket powder is a good protein. Make a giant hood so Donnell, how tall are you? You're about that tall. I could make one. I was looking for my extremely ridiculous hoods. That's what took me so long when I was in my closet. But today, I'm not kidding you. I had an oopsie lunch. And I'm not kidding you. I was embarrassed. I had 30 or 40 oopsies fall, and that wasn't even the complete pile. It was an utter and complete mess. Oh man, every time I think about it, it's just another thing to clean. Crickets are actually tasty. I love chocolate, but not that much. See, Nightmare Baby and I are from the West Coast. Oh, that's hilarious. Donnell needs a hoodie with animal ears or maybe some of the feathers on top. I forgot about my my mohawk. So while I was on a trip, to Vegas, I found this, and I don't know. This probably has something to do with showgirls, obviously, which I'm probably dead wrong. But I found this in Las Vegas, and it makes me look like I have an amazing feather hawk. Hoodie with gnome ears. Do you know what's so funny? The entire time I'm sitting here, I'm like, I can make that. I can make that. When I see people wearing certain things, because I live in Southern California, so people dress every way you could possibly think of. And whenever I see a sweater with ears, I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. I'm all about the hoodie with ears. I'm like, I have a 1954 featherweight. It sews nicely. Every time I get a featherweight, I end up selling it. Every single time. My chair is not cooperating today. That feather thing is a keeper for... I do fall in love with certain items. Do you know, Donnell had such amazing questions today, and I want to thank everybody who had questions, because I had to sit and think, like, I'm so all over the place with my style, with what I do, the things I collect. It just all comes together and makes the House of Sewing, I guess. Thank you. The mohawk is so you. I just wish I had hair. That's what it is. This is me just wishing I had hair. I haven't had hair since there was a 19 in front of the year. So do not feel sorry for me. It's been a long time since I've had a fro. I like the feather now. You can dust the ceiling. For real. I have a stool. Because of my height, I have a stool in here. So if I just stood on the stool and did this, I could sweep the whole room. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. It looks in good shape. It'd be nice to have a 30-pound sewing machine. Did not have a 30-pound to retreat. I take my Singer heavy duty with me wherever I go, but I just need it's definitely one of those machines that it's not heavy duty. We all know that. It's one of the most complained about machines, but I like it. I don't know. I'm gonna break it because I break sewing machines. Yeah, have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I just want a 1937 featherweight every day. I keep it set up next to my 201 and 301. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I have so many vintage sewing machines in here, but I'm all about power. So like I have that Bel Air sitting there because I know that thing will go through layers and layers. And even my recent purchase, it put my cowboy boots back together. Maybe you really think the best. Nice meeting you as well. Thank you so much. You are so welcome here in the House of Sewing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. Laugh out loud, 19 in front of the year. So high school. Exactly. For me as well. For me as well. Oh. I have make vinyl bags on it as well, just to prove she could. I definitely needed something with some power because I miss my old boots. I wore them today. Everybody noticed too because they're like, oh, you're not wearing your new boots. I miss my old cowboy boots. And just like a cowboy hat, they do not fit properly right until the point where they're about to disintegrate. Shoes and hats are funny that way. So Terry, the 201 direct drive will sew vinyl, no problem. Yay! We drove by a table set out for the trash today. Bob almost stopped to get it. Do you know what? So, Katie brings up such a good point. Has anyone ever found a sewing machine on the street? I talk about it all the time. I live in LA County. I find sewing machines all the time on the street, all the time. I found a Singer Simple. I've found oh man, there was another Singer sewing machine, and they were modern sewing machines that I found just literally on the street. Yes, I have a 1591. Oh, Katie brings up such a good point. Yes, the 201 and the 1591 are my beasts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Once you get to duct tape, it's done, man. Well, I'll go to Walmart and get you another one. That's where I got it. All right, so don't worry about it. You worked that thing to death.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Where is it?
Potty mouth. After I talked about how I didn't curse all throughout your adolescence. I'm going to go to my other house before Saturday night so I can get my cowgirl hat to wear Saturday night. If you live any closer, this room is filled with cowboy hats. This room is filled. Honestly, I have a cowboy hat for almost everybody in the chat. I'm not kidding. I have a 1591, but I need a new cord. I bought it and need to find where I hid it. I do that, Mona. I do that same thing. I found a touch and throw. I left it. Alibaba, I want to cry. When I was backing out of my garage one day, someone left it for me. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, yay. Is it worth getting a treadle converted to? Okay. I actually have a treadle that's converted to power. Yes, it is, but it's never worth going the other way around. I also have a machine that is meant for a motor that someone turned into a treadle and they gutted the entire machine. It's a 1950s sewing machine that they tried to turn into a treadle, but really they just ripped all the parts off. Yay. My son, he gets confused when I switch the cameras up. Yay. Yay. I don't think it's worth converting to an electric Canada's. There's lots of electrics. There's Alibaba and I are kind of the same mind. I feel there's one machine that I purchased and they wanted all this money for him. And I was like, I'll give you $20 for it because this machine is ruined. And they sold it to me, but it was converted from something that had a motor to a treadle and they destroyed the machine. It's better to grade up than to grade down, if you know what I'm saying. I have a treadle electric from 1920s, works right off the treadle pedal and can convert over. But the 1951s weren't necessarily made for that. So they ripped the motor mount off. They ripped everything off of the machine. And I'm slowly replacing. Some machines are easy to convert, others are not. Depends. Absolutely. Absolutely. My son is extremely frustrated because he broke his. We have Apple technology, and if you break those little widgets, you can't, I have really amazing headphones, but they have the old school jacks on them. And if you break those weird widgets, then it's kind of useless. So I feel sorry for him. You need a machine that doesn't take electricity. That way you can sew where where there's a power outage, especially around here. Our infrastructure is semi new and old at the same time. And whenever they're going to switch something over, they at least they're courteous and they tell us. But we have a lot of power outages around here. Maybe keep it at a treadle in case power grid goes down because of the zombie apocalypse. If the zombie apocalypse comes, I'm ready with my clothes. My tweed will protect me. Oh, I have a hand crank for that reason. Absolutely. There are people who have tried to convert a 201 to 1590. Excuse me. And drink some water. In a 1591 direct drive into hand cranks and treadles. So much effort to do that and not really worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know when I got the machine home, I almost thought $20 was too much. I think I paid $35 for the machine from 1911. I could be wrong, but I think I paid $35 for that. Absolutely, Mona. Absolutely. Tweed is so thick and it will trap in the heat. Tweed is ready for the zombie apocalypse. They can't bite through that thick. Tweed is so thick. When I wear it out in the heat, I am sweating. Thank you so much for stopping by, Joyce. You are welcome here in the House of Sewing. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone who has recently subscribed, everyone who came from Donnell's channel. I am extremely grateful. I talk a lot, and I promise I sew eventually. I'm so grateful that everyone's here, and it's still early. Thank you so much. Yay. Does it smell like old man? No, this room smells like cocoa butter, shame, and daddy issues. That's what this room smells like. And all of my clothes reek of the lotion I wear. Everything I could smell like my jackets. I'm like, oh, I smell my lotion. Man, tweed in the midsummer heat gonna get stinky in the apocalypse. That way the zombies won't come near you. The zombies won't come near you if you. Oh. Now I'm thinking of every zombie movie I've ever seen. At least it's not as bad as my mother wore and still wears Chanel number 5. If she even walks in your house and on the weekend she wears white diamonds. If my mom even walks past you, you could smell it. Oh, good times. Good times. They'll be like, oh, heck no, that one is already dead. Exactly. I got that actually from The Walking Dead. Oh, my mom only wears Night Magic from Ava. My mom actually switched her perfume, and every single person around her was like, "We don't like that. You need to go back to Chanel number 5." Oh, my grandma used to wear white diamond. My mom is significantly, not much as much. My mom is significantly older than me. She is. So like my I'm laughing because like if she's standing at my door, I could smell her through the door because White Diamond and Chanel number 5 have a very, very distinct smell. Oh, good times. Good times. I gave her such a hard time when she switched her perfume. I was like, I'm gonna be polite, but I missed the other one. Oh. But change is good. I switch my cologne all the time, so I'm no one to judge anyone. They filmed The Walking Dead. Oh, they filmed The Walking Dead next town over from where I live. We eat dinner there a lot. I was in love with that show so much that I rarely have dreams. I dream like anyone else. I have very, very lucid dreams, but they're few and far between. When I would watch that show every Sunday, I would have a dream that I was walking around with like Carol or like that show really got in my head. I stopped watching it. It kind of jumped the shark, but I stopped watching it after a while because that show really got to me. It really speaks on the human condition more than zombies. So that show had me scared of people more than zombies. No. Oh, I love this print. Oh, I might not have enough for a giant hood, but we will see. If not, I'll just add a black giant hood to it. Are there any shows that anyone's into right now? I am a sci-fi geek. I literally right now I'm watching Babylon 5. Uh of course, Knight Rider, and that's Gina Davis 35 years ago, if not 40 years ago. Oh, and Alf. And I have Megan going. Megan is for some reason when I had it plugged into my computer, it kept on turning on my computer, and I'm like, what is wrong with this disc? Megan just keeps playing over and over and over. We all love the Marvel movies. Oh, why do I keep on grabbing the wrong pattern? My son loves the Marvel movies. I have a family-sized television in the living room, and he's always watching something. But to be fair, they have really good marketing because they're always on television. Oh, I like the Saucy Bridgerton series. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is that on? What's that on? We love all the zombies, werewolf, vampire, and whatever else that is sci-fi. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I was younger, I used to read a lot of Isaac Asimov, Ray Bradbury. So I've always loved extremely obscure sci-fi. I had to take my dimensions into consideration real quick. Oh, it's on Netflix. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for stopping, Butterfly. It's great to see you. Great to see you. Good evening. How's it going? I wanted to stop by and say hi. I'm headed to bed. I sure hope you have a good evening. Thank you so much, Butterfly. Butterfly has been here since I had like 15 subscribers. And Alibaba and Kilroy and Nightmare Baby have been here since the beginning. Bridgerton got me into Victorian British movies. I love watching British movies so much that if you go through my channels, I made a Penelope Keith channel. And for anyone who knows anything about the UK, Penelope Keith was a television actress, but I absolutely loved one of her shows, and I made a channel dedicated to it. Yay, hello. Those are good too. Absolutely. I share I have Netflix and I share it with my son and my mother. My son never goes on it. I really don't go on Netflix anymore, to the point where I click on it and it's all like Victorian peace dramas, and I know my mom's been watching all of them. My Netflix has changed because it used to be all sci-fi. But now Downtown Abbey was great too. I got into that. I got into Downtown Abbey as well. Did you watch Queen Charlotte? It's good. Oh, I have not seen that. I watch British crime shows. They can't be anyone. No, there can't be anyone left with all the murders. I watch a lot of the old school like Inspector Morse with John Thaw, a lot of the old school British dramas. And it's funny because they build up to this really climactic ending and there's no guns in it, so they're talking. They're like, I know you did it. No, I didn't do it. I know you did it. And then, the music starts playing and they slam their hand on the desk and they're like, all right. I love it. I wish I could stay, but my eyelids are dropping. I miss hanging out. Butterfly, it is great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is great to see you. I hope you have a great night. I've only seen bits of Victorian era type shows. I think because of again, I was raised by senior citizens, so I was watching what my parents were watching, and they were watching all of those shows when I was a kid. And one of the reasons I love making trench coats is because I'm obsessed with Doctor Who. I am absolutely obsessed with Doctor Who. And it started with the Raggedy Doctor era. So I love that look. Yes, Queen Charlotte was great. Really made the Queen more understandable. Have a great night, Butterfly. Candace, I don't know. I think I might have seen the ending of whatever part they showed the Queen's funeral when she was at her own funeral. That made me cry. I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And I was like, oh. I can't remember what show that was though. I still love all the zombie war movies and space movies too. No Hallmark stuff though. Does anyone watch Tubi? Oh, I don't think I have enough space for a hood, but I'm going to add arms and I'll add a giant black hood to it. Decisions. I'm making executive decisions right now. I knew this wasn't enough material, but that's okay. Actually, do I have enough up here? Let's see. Okay, I don't. Well, Constance Mackenzie's on YouTube made Doctor Who's scarf from the Raggedy era. She's now making the longer one. I absolutely love that. I make imitation versions. I have to stop myself from buying the actual Doctor Who scarf. I have to stop myself. I have so much stuff in this room. I am now justifying why I don't have one. She has helped in my sewing stuff so much. I love the costumes. I watched all the Project Runaways a few times, but those are not street clothes. Same. Absolutely. I said that on I believe that was either earlier today or on Donnell's channel. I love watching fashion shows, even though they're not practical. Like you're not wearing a lot of that stuff on the streets. You're not. She is industry. She made the last Wonder Woman outfit. Wow. Oh, she's in the industry. She made the last Wonder Woman outfit. Wow. Sci-fi movies are awesome. Zombie movies make me jump and break things. I get so scared. I got to get going. I'm exhausted and have to be up early. Have a great, wonderful night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Donnell. Thank you so much. I had a great time on your show today. I had such a good time meeting everybody. And it puts a smile on my face meeting people who are into sewing. It makes me feel not alone because when I started this, I was like, I wonder if anyone's into sewing. So I think everyone who's recently subscribed, and I thank you, Donnell. Thank you so much. She was in the background in the movie when Wonder Woman was getting suited up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Don't forget to send me the link for Saturday night. I will. I'm not as organized as you are, but I promise you I will I will send it to you as soon as possible. Have a great night. Have a great night. I'm obsessed with fashion. My current fashion trend is like Twin Peaks. Oh, I was so happy when they brought that show back. Harry Potter is awesome too. When my kids separate from me in a store, I say Harry Potter is in a loud British accent. It embarrasses them so much. My kid is so mortified. Like he is so embarrassed because I am so loud. I just have to start getting the same thing. I just have to get loud. He'll come running. Well, that's a good one. I'm gonna try the Harry Potter. I don't watch scary anything. My life is scary enough. I have nightmares almost every night. I don't need to feed them. Wow. I say that like I'm sitting here like I'm Big Bravey. I watch nothing but like extremely positive things. or things that I'm like really into. Like right now I'm watching Babylon 5. I love that show. Have a great night, Donnell. Isaiah. Oh, he didn't hear me. Absolutely. Twin Peaks was so good. I was so glad when they brought a lot of those shows back. And I go back and watch a lot of those shows now. Being in my 40s, I understand a lot of them. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch Three's Company. I started watching it as an adult, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Oh, I get that. Oh, I get that. It had a lot more innuendo than I remember, but I was a kid. There were four Lord of the Ring. There were four of Lord of the Ring actors in Ottawa near me. I wonder what was going on in Ottawa. Do you know they're making a new show, Alibaba? They're making a new show right now. It's out right now, actually. Hey, will you do? I like Twin Peaks, but it got weird and never finished. I totally understand. Do you know what's so funny? From the first scene, because I remember when I was younger, and then I watched it, and I'm like, I don't remember this. Twin Peaks is weird. Scary movies are great. I want to know what not to do when some masked wearing freak is trying to get me. That is true. That is very true. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. I've been watching Twin Peaks right now. I need a new show. I'm in a bit of a show hole. About every 6 months, I purge my YouTube because I end up watching gossip shows and things that I really don't even care about. So I need a new show to watch. Never run upstairs or go in the basement. Oh, I used to make dance costumes. That's awesome. I make all kinds of right now. I have a really weird clientele. Yeah, it's super weird. I love it. Upstairs is better than the basement. Okay, I love scary movies. I just got Jumpy for real. We just started watching her. Oh, wow. I definitely need something new to watch. Good. I need something new to watch. I'm in such a show hole because I get wrapped up in these shows and then they're over. And I have I have every sci-fi show you could possibly think of. I even have Airwolf. I'm looking at Airwolf right now. And even that, I watched the entire series and I'm like, I really don't remember any of this. Oh, good times. Good times. That's awesome, Mona. That's awesome. I was being a zombie extra in the mall scene on the zombie movie where they were shooting from the top of the mall. That was in Toronto. They filmed all kinds of stuff by my house. They filmed the entire, I believe, second and third season of Picard right by my house. Right by my house. Never heard of. Neither have I. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I have yet to be an extra in a movie. A life goal. My brother was falling down, dead guy 3 times in the A&E in the crossing. Wow. My baby, it's me, Mona did what? I'm on my old iPad. I want to be a zombie extra so bad. They really don't film stuff like that, at least outside near me, because I would know in 15 minutes because everybody would be out there with their cell phone. That's the one thing that's ruined Doctor Who when they film in London. We know who all the actors and everybody are because whenever the actors come out, everybody just comes out with their phone and starts taking pictures of everybody. All right. Let's cut the neckline. Perfect. Beautiful. The Marvel Studio and a few others are next to the town over from me. They're always looking for extras. A lot of filming in Georgia now. The industry has a lot of it has left Southern California, but it's really weird because a lot of people in the industry live in my town. So it was funny during the strike, people were just staying at home, and I finally figured out, I'm like, oh, a lot of people in the movie industry live here. Just had ice cream. You had a brownie. I completely forgot. I'm so glad you brought that up, Terry. I have brownies. The second Mona brought up brownies, I was like, oh, I have forgot about that. I have brownies in my house right now. I think they just filmed meth heads for zombies now. Oh, that's hilarious. I gave my recycler guy a really hard time because he takes large amounts of copper, and I was like, why are you giving these people money? Oh, that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Wow. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. I made 2 brownies Sundays and ate them both. You guys are making me so hungry. I think I have ice cream too. No. So I take about 6 months off and 6 months on of eating ice cream. I'm obsessed with chocolate ice cream. I get those giant tubs. My son totally shamed me the other day. He's like, I have never seen a human being eat that much ice cream. Are you cutting zebra fabric for a shirt? I am. I am. I go back and forth about putting a hood on everything. That's why you'll see like some magnificent shirt I made because I'm obsessed with prints. You'll see some beautiful shirt I made, and if the hood is not the same color, I added the hood later. They were small. Oh, I am craving brownies right now. Absolutely. Oh, and I have a weird rule. Like I buy all these sweets and I tell my son, like, hey man, you better jump on these because I'm gonna attack these things. Yes, Alibaba, I get the 5-gallon tubs. And in a real way, for as much as inflation has completely gone crazy in Southern California, the price for ice cream has not changed. You know, between ice cream and Starbucks, for as much as people harp on certain corporations, Starbucks has not changed their price, at least here, in 5 or 6 years. So I give them respect because I buy like espresso at the store and they have not changed their price. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess with something like that, they really don't have to. All right, I had barely enough fabric just to make this, but this is perfect. This is perfect for a shirt. When I buy fabric from other places, they give me like I'll say, "Oh, I may I please get 8 or 9 yards?" They'll give me 15. But when I go to Joann's, they cut it down to the micron. They measure it and they're like, "Oh no, we're not going to give you an inch over." But I understand it's a mega corp. And for some reason, the Joann's in my town, people are so overtly angry. I don't even know why. At first, I really thought it was me. I took offense to it. I got in the car, I started Googling. And as I'm sitting in my car, they were like, this is the worst Joann's ever. There's the worst service. Why do these people work here? So they're extremely snooty in my town and just terrible, terrible customer service. You would not want to see me working at a fabric store. I'd be like, so what are you making? This is beautiful fabric. I love what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, I love it. You would not want to see me working at a fabric store. I would talk to everybody. Yeah, Joann's will keep the last couple of inches on a bolt rather than give it to you. I've always thought that was insane, but I buy from wholesalers as well as stores. Man, if you're at the warehouse, they're like, dude, just take it. Just take it. No Joanne's here. No Joanne's here, but we have a Hobby Lobby. Do you know I've told my Hobby Lobby story a million times. I'm kind of back and forth on Hobby Lobby, but every other week they put their entire store on sale. And I mean half off. I don't know if that's a good business model. I don't know if that's a good sign of the times, but I have gone crazy purchasing fabric at Hobby Lobby. And I wear a lot of motorcycle club attire. And there was one time I walked in there and this woman started praying over me. And I was like, you know what? I'm just here for fabric, but keep going. Keep going. Hobby Lobby. I've had experiences at Hobby Lobby. Oh. Joanna's last resort for me. The stores are so sad and half empty. Thank you, Candace. They've been going out of business for 10 years. I watch a lot of sewing YouTube. It puts a smile on my face. I love watching fellow sewists. And there's someone I watch, I believe she lives in like Brooklyn. She literally bought the entire, those cabinets that they have all the patterns. She bought all the cabinets from a Joann's. And wherever she lives in New Jersey or New York or wherever she lives, that Joann's went out of business. But the one by my house, I don't know why it's still open. I have no idea why it's still open. Yes, 40% off fabric one week and then 40% off your yarn the next week. They just opened one here. I was never able to shop for fabric in person until this year. See, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love hearing that. I love being able to look at the fabric. I'm extremely tactile. That's why I loved going to downtown Los Angeles. I stopped going for a while because I purchased so much fabric. I have full rolls, like manufacturer rolls still sitting here. I'm laughing because if there's an earthquake, I'm going to run out of this room. Oh, I did see her. Who is that person? Oh, most Walmart stopped scaling fabric years ago here. Um, in California, they still have working fabric tables. I say that, but in certain stores, good luck getting an employee to It's funny. There's one like within 4 minutes of my house. I do not go there anymore. They have the largest fabric section in my town, but their employee turnover rate is so high. No one knows how to cut the fabric, and so I quit going there because it was just kind of pointless. The person that bought the cabinets, I think she was interviewed on Karen Brown's channel. You know what? Let me look real quick because my phone's right here. It might be it might be I can't it's not Remade in Brooklyn. I can't remember her name. But she probably was. It was insane to watch her and Stephanie Canada. When Stephanie Canada purchased an estate, it taught me another lesson because years ago I purchased half a bale of denim and it took me 4 or 5 or 6 years to get through it. I I incorporated my denim into everything. I lined everything in denim. That's why certain jackets are extremely heavy. But I learned a lesson. Yeah, Stephanie Canada. That's who I'm thinking of. She purchased an entire estate. Again, just like Fred Sanford, I love watching people like Stephanie Canada because it stops me. It stops me from doing insane things like that. And I love her channel. I love watching people sew vintage clothes. In no way, shape, or form am I saying anything disparaging. I'm just saying I need that intervention every once in a while. Every once in a while, I need to watch someone like Stephanie Canada so that I don't purchase an entire estate because I have 2 sitting in a storage unit right now. Oh, she had vintage clothing, right? Yes. Yes. I collect vintage patterns, which are covered with my Wayne Gretzky poster right now, but I have a large amount of vintage patterns, and I got into selling them, and I've kind of scaled back. I'm probably going to end up selling all of them because they're women patterns, but I have a large amount, nowhere near Stephanie Canada. I have a few tubs of vintage patterns. Yay. I say that. I say, "Oh, I'm not going to do anything crazy." And I guarantee you a week from now there'll be a thumbnail. I did something crazy. Estate sales are crazy because you can purchase whole lots not knowing what you're buying, or you could end up buying a whole garage and there's like 9 sewing machines in there. I've actually purchased lockers and all kinds of things, and it's really hit or miss when you do something like that. Oh, right. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? Who cares? I'm thinking right now, did I match my stripes? Then I had that moment of, oh, you're going to be the only one wearing this. And anyone who's lucky enough to go through my closet. Beautiful. Perfect. That needs to be tightened a little bit. I just looked at Stephanie Canada. Yep, she makes lots of vintage from the pattern she gets. Absolutely. I learn a lot from people like that. Not just the fact that they buy large amounts of things, but how to respect certain things. Like there are certain patterns that I want to cut so bad, but I should trace them. I've been talking with a recruiter from a company in Thousand Oaks. Thought it would be cool to hit quilt shops in California. I would be I would be remote from Georgia, but would have to fly there sometimes. We have amazing quilt shops. Though I think the one thing that might be sticker shock is our prices. In California, we pay high prices for everything. Our gas is still almost $6. I didn't realize I started a controversy the other day when I showed a bag of Ruffles. I paid $7.29 for a family size bag of Ruffles, and I paid $6 for a bag of Doritos. Our prices are insane here in California. But we have a bunch of amazing quilt shops. I have to say though, like in a place like So Yeah, they had the exact same prices that I pay in California. And I don't know if it's because it's a popular shop, but I've been to quilting shops and it was $2 or $3 cheaper, where it was $4 or $5 a yard instead of $7 or $8 a yard. So it just depends on where you go. And in no way, shape, or form am I trying to dog So Yeah. It was an amazing place, amazing experience. I'm just saying you're paying for the name. Oh man, I'm gonna go back and they're gonna kick me out of Vegas. They're gonna be like, "Get out of here!" Between me bad mouthing the Goodwill bins and it's the truth. Like, everything in So Yeah is at least $7 or $8 a yard. You pay premium for sunshine year round. That is true. It is 70 degrees year round. When it's not summer, it is permanently 70 degrees here. Do you watch Bernadette Banner, all vintage clothing, and she has vintage machines? Yes, I do. I do. I admire people like that. And in a lot of ways I take notes. When in the beginning of the pandemic, I was really overambitious and I started sewing with leather, vinyl, and all kinds of crazy material. And it was channels like that inspired me to do it. And I believe it was Bernadette Banner that inspired me to make my own patterns and to use my own clothes. I really hadn't thought of that. And then I watched the video. They were like, if you want to make a pair of pants, grab your own pair of pants and trace them. And I was like, oh, that's genius. Oh, good times. I've been watching Bernadette Banner for years now before the pandemic. Absolutely. I love that she gives the history of things and she makes clothes for rival vintage as well. Oh, that's awesome. I think that's the main goal for a lot of us. Like I talk about this all the time. I send applications to Disneyland. They need sewists. I have applied to the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Kings, the Lakers. I watched this I'm obsessed with hockey, and on the Kings channel, they talk about everything. They interview everybody on the staff, and they interviewed the people, they hire sewists because they're constantly making jerseys, they're constantly changing the last names, people get traded, and every single jersey is made specifically for that player. And I thought it was really interesting, and I can do that. And I know that it's a long line and there's a ton of people in front of me, but that would be amazing to work for the Dodgers or to work for the Kings, or I would work for the Anaheim Ducks. I would work for any of those teams. But you know, you never know. And I will say the Dodgers and the Kings are really respectful because they send me letters back. I'm sorry, I'm old. They email me back. They email me. The Lakers are popular. They don't need me. They're like, oh, who is this shrub emailing me? Oh, they probably know that I have a Clippers jersey in here. Who knows? I can go work for the Canucks, eh? That for me, though, that would be a dream job. I knew somebody who worked for the Dodgers. They worked in the concession stands, but they worked for the Dodgers for like 40 or 50 years. And one day someone asked him, they're like, why do you work at Dodger Stadium during the season every year? He's like, I've had season tickets for 40 years and they pay me to go to the games. He was a true fan. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mona. Thank you so much. I'll be back at it on Saturday, and I will have a Friday sews out this week. Eventually, when I finish this shirt, maybe you could work for the Canucks. I would love to work for the Canucks. Oh. Beautiful city, beautiful place. I've been there. Beautiful people. But like I said, I'm over ambitious, so I apply to all of these places. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. Are there any jobs that you've applied for that you're like, let's see? Like, have you ever applied for NASA or something crazy like that? Candace, if you're taking off, have a great night. If not, I apologize. Excuse me, I'm drinking my sugary drinks. Do you know what's so funny? I shop with my heart. And my son, he's 15 years old, and he is the healthiest 15-year-old I've ever come across. I think he's watched me and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna do the exact opposite of what this guy's doing. Laugh out loud, NASA identified the Singer machines on their old footage when they made the 1969 series spacesuits. Well, most of the machines. Oh, that's funny. I do that depending on where I am. If I see a sewing machine in the wild, I always take a picture of it. Years ago, my son was obsessed with sushi, and we took him to this really fancy place, and they had Art Deco sewing machines, and I took a picture of it, and I'll never forget. My mom was like, "This is really sad. It's just really sad that you're taking pictures of these machines." Oh, Candace, if you are taking off, or if you did, thank you so much for stopping by. Usually back in the day, I would go for like 3 or 4 hours, but I kind of play my my live streams by ear. Sometimes I'll go forever, sometimes I won't. But tonight I had a ton of coffee, so we'll go a little bit longer. And this shirt, once I get everything pinned, this shirt will be ready to go. Oh, you should bedazzle a sewing machine. I do have the original bedazzler. I do. I found one. I laughed so hard. It has all those weird fake stones in it and everything. And I also have its competitor called the Shimmer and Sparkle. And I have both of the boxes up in the rafters. Any sewing machine that I find that's still in the box, I keep the box and I have them all up above my lights up here, my extremely bright lights up here. You should see people's faces when I collect mini sewing machines. When I was in Vegas, I walked up to the counter with my vest on, everything, and I bought a mini sewing machine. And the lady at the counter looked at me like, whatever, man, I just work here. I don't even want to know. I foiled a machine. It's on my channel if you want to see it. I'm in love with your channel, Terry. I am absolutely in love with your channel. You're inspiring me. I have a sandblasting booth at my job, and there's at least 2 machines that I want to take down just to bare bones. So you're inspiring me to do that. I saw that. It looked cool. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hopefully I didn't cut the neck funky on this. I love your channel though, Terry. I have yet to venture into the territory of what you do because my main concern is to get them going. I like the old, like beaten up and battered look, but I have plans to completely paint a sewing machine. And whenever I see a red Singer, I'm always like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want one of those. Especially the fire engine red Singers. I hope you do, William. I just do this out of my apartment, no workspace. Thank you so much. You have absolutely inspired me. You really have. I work in a full shop. Like it's a full auto shop, full welding shop. We have people in the rebar union, so there's everything you could possibly think of in my shop. I want to take a ruin via VS2 Singer down to the metal, and then powder white with blue defty. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Yep, I love the machines in need. Absolutely. Do you know, I cruise antique shops because in a weird way, if a machine's not working where I live, they're like, oh, we want $25 for this. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to bring this back to life. I'm just finishing a red featherweight now. That is one of that's something that's on my list. Alibaba has talked me out of ordering one of the sewing machines from India. I watch too much YouTube. That's my problem. And I'll watch these videos and I'm like, oh, I want one of those. And because the those imitation singers or whatever they call them from India, they look so beautiful. And I think it's because I've watched the videos of them make them from scratch. I want one so bad. But if I bought a refurbished one, I could probably do the same thing at my shop. Even the old Dodge Plum crazy purple on it. Oh. Yep, I can usually get a Singer working. I take them apart. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what's so funny? I'm the same way with my whites. I have only had success with like 1 or 2. I own so many white sewing, like I own so many vintage white sewing machines. It's not even funny. But with my Singers, I get them going instantly. Instantly. from Pakistan, singer India is a bit better. Okay, okay. I'm obsessed with those videos, Alibaba. I still watch them. Still, especially when they start from the very beginning to the very end. I fall asleep to those videos. I watch them too, making the machines from scratch and their bare feet. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. I love those videos. It's really inspired me to. I wanted one so bad, but Alibaba talked me out of it because there are better machines that are around. Oh man, I don't know what I did to this neck. This shirt is gonna be interesting. Oh man, that is okay. That is okay. So I'm gonna start pinning. Oh, that is hilarious. There's all kinds of sewing videos I watch too. I'm also subscribed to this channel. I believe it's called Alter Sassoon. And I don't know what language it's in, but they make coats from scratch. They're tailors and they start from scratch. I'm gonna have to one day I will put the link in the chat when I figure out how to do that. But because I don't want to say that they're from somewhere where they're not. So I'm not gonna say where they're from. But they do amazing work. They do absolutely just unreal work. And watching them has taught me a lot of tricks too, because tailors do certain things over and over and over, and you don't realize that they may have taught that to themselves, but it's something that you should do as well. I believe it's called Alter Sassoon or something in that region. But it's an amazing channel. I think the owner of to the Killboy plant video of how they originally made them, filtered pounds the main shafts in with a ball peen hammer. Singer would press them on a bench. I actually on my other channel have I don't know how YouTube let me post this, but on my other channel I have a video of the entire process of how a Singer sewing machine was made. It's in the plant in Scotland, I believe. I love watching those videos. I absolutely love watching those videos. All right, I'm gonna have to move this camera. It's completely in the way. Especially the old school videos, because it shows how everything was made by hand. I think that's why I fall in love with watching those videos from India, because they do it very much in the old school way, and it would help if this sewing machine was plugged in. I do that so much. I'll turn this on and like, why aren't you working? Because it's not plugged in. Oh, right. Thread would help as well. I guess I didn't. I thought I threaded the machine. It's not as ready as I thought it was, but that's all right. Perfect. I've been meaning to work with this material for a long time, but I forgot it was in my house. And I've been cleaning a lot lately, and I found it, and I was like, oh, I have to do something with this today. And I had planned on sewing during Darnell's stream, but I'm a talker, just as I've been sitting here for an hour and a half talking. And pouring the steel like lava. I watch it over and over again. It's amazing. It's amazing. I look at my old school machines and I'm like, you came from that plant. Those workers don't even use masks to the fumes when they pour. Having a smoke you seriously, they're talking like, uh, that is one thing when I watch videos like that, I'm like, oh, that's a violation. That's a violation. By today's standards, none of those guys would have been able to work where I work, at least. Oh, oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. True, no mask, no shoes. I shattered my toe 2 years ago under a sewing machine table and it still hurts. Put your shoes on, man. Oh, do you know what's so funny, Terry? I am so scared of that. Years ago, Nightmare Baby told me, you should wear goggles when you're fixing certain machines. And I was like, oh, what's the point? I'm a man. 6 months later, I was wearing my glasses and something popped off a machine and hit my glasses. And if I wasn't wearing my glasses, it probably would have went straight into my eye. Oh man, I did a little maintenance on this machine and it sounds brand new. I took the face off. I did complete maintenance on this machine. I can see why Singer heavy duties fail, but with a little bit of maintenance and keeping up with your machine, you could keep almost any machine running. I say that just because I saved my machine today. I thought I was going to lose my big toe. It was shattered into many pieces. It will hurt forever. I've recently did that with my hand. I should be wearing my brace. You were like totally reminding me to use my brace. Which machine are you using? I am sewing with a Singer heavy duty. I purchased this for $34 and it has slowly become a workhorse. I destroy sewing machines. That's why I buy vintage sewing machines, because they're better built than modern machines. But well oiled, this is a good machine. This reminds me of my Husqvarna Viking. It's not necessarily heavy duty as advertised, but it's a good machine. A lot of people trash the machines, but it's a machine that I absolutely love. I can see I can see with sews on. Need my toes free to grab the pedal when I tries to run away. People really push the heavy duty Singer past what it. Yeah, that's true. They made a new and better heavy duty. I saw that. Is it all metal? I can sew with my shoes. Need my toes to drag the foot pedal back when it runs away. Thank you. Same. I do the exact same thing. I have giant feet, so it feels weird when I'm sewing with my boots on. I think it's a 44.75. I still sew barefoot. I sew in my socks. Or, if I'm out here with my shoes off, I'll do that as well. But I'm the exact same way. Plus, the only sewing machine that I've ever come across where they had a pedal big enough for a size 13 is a really weird Husqvarna Viking sewing machine I purchased years ago. The pedal is at least the size 11. I have it. So it's the strangest pedal I've ever come across. It's the largest pedal I've ever come across for a sewing machine. Nah, no, not metal. The steel underframe is much more improved, and they have it on their site. I'll definitely have to check that out. I definitely will have to check that out and drive barefoot. So, fun fact: where I live in the state of California, it's illegal to drive barefoot. I drive barefoot. I always look into every single law that I can think of. And I was so shocked when I found out it's illegal to drive without shoes on in the state of California. I wear big giant boots. So there's no way there's no way that I could drive with my boots on. And sometimes I'll push down in my car, I'll push down on the pedal and the brake at the same time. I love the Juki pedal with the thread cutter. Oh, wow. That's a crazy law. Absolutely. Especially when I drive like out of state or I drive anywhere. I take my boots and I put them in the passenger side. Especially when I'm going on a long drive. Recently, I've been going to Vegas a lot. And there's no way I'm going to do that entire drive wearing my shoes. And I know I'm not the only one because there's a mega gas station on the state line. Every time I go there, you can see people putting their shoes on before they go in the gas station. It's illegal there. I heard that before. Who's gonna know? And why is that a law? Thank you. Well, here we live in the land of lawyers, so there's a law for everything. Beautiful. Cut this to be even a little bit. It's where I live, it's a strange place. We have laws for everything. Do you know what's so funny? I'm sitting here talking trash about our laws. There's a YouTuber that I kind of someone that was recently in LA and they were talking trash about LA. In their chat, I was like, then why don't you leave? When I was in California as a teen, we walked everywhere barefoot, like didn't even carry shoes with us just in case. When I was a kid, it was the same way. It was the exact same way when I was a kid. Matter of fact, during summer, when it was summer, I rarely wore shoes. Beautiful. All right, make sure that's lined up. Perfect. The neck is going to be strange on this one. I don't know why I had a weird offcut on this. But it's going to have a baby V-neck on it. We just walked on people's lawns when the pavement got too hot. Oh, the good old days. The good old days. Back when hose water was safe. All right, we're definitely going to see how the arms come out on this one. All right. I'm gonna grab my dress form in a second. It is ready. I had layer upon layer of clothes on that thing. And it was actually accurate because the way it is now, it is extremely thin, and I am not the same size as that thing. Oh, that fell. That hat fell from my giant speaker. Do you know I have mannequins, I have all kinds of things, but I love having a dress form because this one is lightweight and it's easy to carry around the room. And I did not sew one side at all. I don't know why. That is hilarious. I might want to sew that side. Perfect. Whoops. That's what happens when I'm sewing and talking at the same time. I always end up making like rookie mistakes. There we go. I just brought you to channel. Oh, a little so Terry, like that 128 hand crank. Absolutely. I was all up on your channel earlier. So Terry, I love your channel. I have two 180 128s. That one was beat up. So I repainted her. The other is in mint condition and lives under a handmade quilt. I love that. Absolutely love that. Most of my machines are pre 1900 singers. That is amazing. A lot, I really just can't find a lot of those around here. I bet if I really looked, I could find stuff from like 1870 on. But LA wasn't a city and wasn't considered a city until certain years. All right, perfect. Oh man, my head is most definitely not going to fit through that. I can tell you right now there's going to be some ripping when I try this one on. 23 treadles now. I got the 1882, 1886 David this last week. Davis, I'm so sorry, Davis. And that is amazing, Ollie. We really do not find stuff like that around here. And if you do, somebody wants some outrageous price for it. Yes, the older the better. My oldest is 1919. I restored her. She's a red eye 66. That's awesome. I'm going to do a sewing machine tour soon. I know for a fact that the one with all the decals on it is from 1911. And that is a treadle machine. But it's so beautiful. I've just kind of left it as is because it's so beautiful. I had a table for it, but the table was so trashed, I just took the sewing machine out. Well, I don't have a treadle because I don't have the room. I have quite a few. I'm sitting in a 2-car garage, and I have slowly encapsulated myself with sewing machines. Along the back wall is nothing but tables. They take up room. And if you think about it, you're buying furniture. You're buying furniture for your house, really is what it is. Because you're not just buying the sewing machine, you're buying the cabinet that it comes with. Is the speech I give myself when I'm trying not to buy a sewing machine. But it's true. It's basically like buying a new piece of furniture and bringing it in your house. My oldest and newest is 1861 Raymond, 1863 Singer 2, 1872 Garner Canadian brand, 1877 New Family, 1883 12, and IM, 1884 IF, 85 IF, several 1886 VS2, both original electric, and I published that info. That's awesome, Wally. That is awesome. Beautiful. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's flip the side. We're almost done. Then I'm gonna scream when I try to put my head through this head hole. Yes, you'll see animals and sewing machines and even a snail on my channel. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, I had all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I have a fountain in my backyard. I'm obsessed with my fountain, especially this time of year because it's perfect to hang out. It is absolutely perfect to hang out. Perfect. Perfect. I sometimes I get quiet because I'm trying to line up the arms because man, if I miss, they bunch up real quick. Like I have a feeling it's gonna happen on this, but we're gonna check it. This is a crazy material, so it's gonna be hilarious when I put this on. And we'll see how the neck turns out. Maybe it's just tight enough, but I have a feeling that it's way, way too tight. But we shall see. That's the beautiful thing about sewing, and you can always fix it with a seam ripper and some patience. Which, when you're using the seam ripper, you usually do not have patience. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's sew these arms on. I started my channel in 2006 because I needed to publish this. And this was the place to do it. Then it went to sleep until recently. I know the feeling. There's quite a few channels that I've been subscribed to, and then they pop up and they're like, I haven't been around in 2 years or 6 months. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. One day I'm gonna fade away. I think it's gonna happen. It happens to everybody. Oh, did I? I thought I pinned it to the dress form. Perfect. Oh. Beautiful. All right, let's see how this turns out. Okay, good. I was just making sure I didn't sew certain pieces of the arms together. because that would look crazy. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. Oh, Alibaba has amazing machines. Perfect. All right, let me pull these and see how everything looks. See if I see any daylight. This is going to be hilarious. This material is a bit thick. It makes me laugh how during the summer I work with the warmest material I can get my hands on. And this summer I'll be making singlets and I'm kidding. Oh, but if you need one, call me. All right. Beautiful. I found a spot that needs a little bit of help. You know, I constantly talk about reinforcing your scene, and it's for a reason. And working with a material like this, like if you do not hit directly on it, it'll start fraying. So I double and triple check on something like this. Awesome. Beautiful. So when I put this on, keep in mind I haven't finished the neck or anything, and I'm going to scream when I put this thing on and the head hole doesn't fit. I can already tell that it isn't in a way because I have a huge head. So we shall see how this turns out. Absolutely. Fiddle bases are amazing. Perfect. Man. I've learned over the years to avoid pins. I had to laugh because I play pin roulette. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of near it. I'm kind of not. All right, almost done. Beautiful. All right. So let me check for daylight and see if I missed anywhere on here. Then I'm going to try this on. Perfect. Absolutely, Alibaba. You have amazing sewing machines. Perfect. perfect. Awesome. All right. So, moment of truth. If I scream, it's me. Oh, this shirt's gonna be tight. All right. Right, that's the front. Okay, so oh man. Oh, it fits. The head hole actually went through. All right, let me switch my angle. You know, from this angle, I look like I escaped from a prison in 1940. This shirt might actually fit. I didn't think it was going to fit. Absolutely. Do you know what's funny? If I wasn't sitting here talking the whole time, this probably would have taken me like less than a half an hour, 45 minutes. But I had a great time tonight, meeting everybody, talking, chatting. That's what it's about. Oh, this shirt fits perfect. You know, I don't know if I'll add a hood on this. I may or may not add a hood. It's alive! It's alive! I'm actually shocked that this fits because this is extremely close, but this shirt looks great. I thought I had more material, but I didn't at all. So I'm glad I decided to make a shirt out. Thank you. I will be modeling this in a short near you. Oh, this was a perfect project. Perfect. Oh, the pattern matches somewhat too. Thank you. You should have it. Onesie. Do you know what's really funny? I have yet to find one my size, but I will find one my size. Did you French seam the sleeves? No, I did not. I ended up just cutting it just perfect. I certain patterns like the Simplicity S9 158, every single one of these patterns I have cut exactly to my dimensions, and I give myself space because my weight goes up and down. So it's kind of cheating when I use certain patterns because they are cut exactly to my size. Oh, this is perfect. This is a zebra print, but it is all over the place. Oh, I'm calling this a victory. I love how this came out. I talk about it all the time. If you're having a bad day, if there's something going on in your life, make something goofy. I guarantee you will be laughing. I guarantee you will be laughing. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. I love this print. Like I said, I don't go to Joann's that often because they're pretty snotty. But when I found this, I had to get some. And I thought I had more, but like I said, they cut it down to the micron at Joann's. But this is definitely a victory. I probably won't add a hood to this. I always go back and forth, and I reserve the right to show up on Saturday with a hood on this, but this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for my semi-realistic zebra shirt. Oh, this is awesome. And this isn't like the usual hokey zebra that is just black and white. This has the look. So this is definitely a victory. A proper collar would be okay. Hood is a bit much. I agree. I waffle back and forth on what I should do with the collar. I think I'm probably just going to completely encapsulate the collar. I have miles of ribbon and all kinds of things that I need to use. So we'll see which direction I go with this. And I have a ton of black ribbon. So I have plans for this. But I have said that before and have been right. Do you know adding a hood completely changes the look? So I go back and forth, and let's be real, how many shirts do I have that have hoods on them? Quite a few. I even brought one with me to Vegas because I have to sleep encapsulated. So I brought one with me so I could sleep with that shirt on. So you never know. Oh, and no tassels from the underside of the arms. Victory! I can raise my arms with no shame. Oh, absolutely. You couldn't wear the hood. You couldn't wear the hood and the hat. It looks crazy. There's certain hoods that are so big I can put the hat over, but it looks crazy. That whole look is like, what is he going for? What is he going for? I definitely go back and forth, but I think this one's going to stay the way it is. We've been going for 2 hours. This has been an amazing stream. And seriously, I want to thank everybody who has recently subscribed. I cannot say this enough. It's you guys that motivate me to keep going. So I thank everybody who has recently subscribed to my channel. And we're just going to keep going here in the House of Sewing. You can never stop sewing. Thank you so much to So Terry, to Ollie Baba, to Candace, anyone who is still here. I absolutely thank you. To Mona, of course, Donnell. Thank you so much. Nightmare Baby. Anyone who stopped by tonight. If I forgot your name, I apologize. Mitzi, thank you so much. I hope I said your name right. I absolutely appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight. I will be back at it on Saturday. Yes, I have to call it a night. Thanks for this. Enjoyed it. Be well, all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, So Terry. I thank you so much, Candace. I will be back at it on Saturday night. If anyone's around, and Donnell will be on my channel. I'll be coming on extremely early, so I hope to see everybody. Until then, I'm going to release a video, but in all sincerity, I thank everybody. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you.